Remu. To the details, President John Mahama has commissioned a new liquefied petroleum gas vessel, MT Asharami Ghana, for Sahara Energy, describing it as a major step towards strengthening energy security for Ghana and the wider West African region. Speaking at the ceremony in Ulsan, South Korea, President Mahama said the launch of the vessel represents more than the addition of a ship to the global fleet, noting that it marks an important stage in boosting the infrastructure that supports the international LPG supply chain.
The MT Asharami Ghana is a modern liquefied petroleum gas carrier with a total carrying capacity of about 40,000 metric tons of LPG, designed to strengthen Ghana and West Africa's energy supply chain. About 6,000 metric tons of LPG from the vessel will be allocated to Ghana, while a 6,000 metric ton storage facility, expected to expand to 12,000 metric tons, is also being developed in the country to boost LPG availability and support the transition from firewood to cleaner cooking fuel. The vessel, built by AD Hyundai Heavy Industries, is expected to enhance LPG transportation capacity and support the region's growing demand for cleaner energy.
The vessel has been designed and built with combination of the builder's abundant operational know-how and the builder's first-class shipbuilding technology. Therefore, I have a firm belief that this vessel will fully live up to every expectation.
The executive director of the Sahara Energy Group is Mr. Adewale Ajibande.
We are grateful to His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama for his unwavering support and continues to create an enabling environment for both domestic and foreign investments. Just as we commissioned our 12,000 LPG facility in Abidjan in March in 2025, which was a joint venture with the National Oil Company of Ivory Coast, PetroSea. We are on course to completing this 6,000 metric ton LPG terminal in Tema, in Ghana, by June 2026. That will be phase one of that project.
Yasewa Alifu, MD for Asharami Energy, says the LPG vessel signals strong private sector confidence in Ghana's downstream sector.
This vessel represents more than capacity at sea. It represents confidence in Ghana's growth, confidence in our regulatory framework, and confidence in the long-term sustainability of our downstream sector. This investment aligns closely with Your Excellency's vision of building a resilient and sustainable downstream sector.
President John Mahama emphasized that the launch of the LPG vessel is a major step towards strengthening energy security and the global LPG supply chain.
Today we celebrate not only engineering excellence, but also the power of partnership. The commissioning of this state-of-the-art dual-fuel, fully refrigerated LPG carrier reflects the collective vision and collaboration of key stakeholders committed to advancing safe, efficient, and responsible energy distribution. Through the West African Gas Limited WAGL Energy Initiative, this vessel represents a strategic addition to a growing fleet that is designed to support the evolving energy needs of our sub-region. Its deployment significantly expands LPG transport capacity and signals a new chapter in regional energy logistics. More importantly, it reflects a shared commitment to strengthening access to reliable and cleaner energy across West Africa and the African continent.
The MT Asharami Ghana, owned by Sahara Group and 8 partners, carries the flag of Ghana and is dedicated to supplying the country with liquefied petroleum gas. Reported for GBC News, Celestine Avi, Ulsan, South Korea.
President John Mahama says Ghana currently produces about 50% of its liquefied petroleum gas needs locally, with the remaining demand met through imports. The president noted that expanding access to LPG is key to Ghana's transition away from traditional fuel such as charcoal, firewood, and kerosene. That would help reduce deforestation, cut indoor air pollution, and improve public health while ensuring the reliable energy supply for households and businesses. President Mahama was speaking at the commissioning of the LPG vessel MT Asharami Ghana at Ulsan in South Korea.
energy access and the transition to cleaner energy sources remain among the defining challenges of our time. LPG plays a vital role in this transition. For millions of households across Africa, LPG offers a cleaner alternative to traditional fuels such as charcoal, firewood, and kerosene. Its wider adoption contributes not only to improved public health, but also to environmental sustainability by reducing deforestation and indoor air pollution. Through strategic investments and forward-looking partnerships, such as the one we're celebrating today, we're taking practical steps to enhance energy security for Ghana, West Africa, and Africa as a whole. These efforts contribute to building a just and inclusive energy transition that benefits future and present generations. Ghana, like many of our neighboring countries, recognizes the transformative potential of LPG in supporting socio-economic development, from powering our industries to improving household energy access in both rural and urban communities. LPG has become an important component of our broader energy strategy. While Ghana produces locally about 50% of our LPG requirements, we still rely on imports for the other 50% of local consumption. Countries across our sub-region continue to expand access to cleaner and more reliable energy. Ghana imports 50% of our LPG requirements. And so this vessel, MT Asharami Ghana, will strengthen our collective ability to transport LPG safely, efficiently, and at scale. In doing so, they will help ensure that businesses, industries, and households can depend on modern energy services that support economic growth and improve the quality of life of our citizens.
Still in Ulsan, President John Mahama has commended Sahara Group West African Gas Limited and their partners for their leadership and investment in strengthening energy infrastructure across the region. He encouraged stronger private sector partnerships, noting that such collaborations help bridge infrastructure gaps, expand regional energy markets, and improve Ghana's capacity to transport and supply liquefied petroleum gas to households, businesses, and industries.
Oh, this is where the action is.
This is the real heart of the ship.
Yes. Real action.
I wish to commend the leadership, technical expertise, and strategic foresight demonstrated by Sahara Group, WHGL Energy, and all the partners involved in bringing this project to fruition. Your commitment demonstrates what can be achieved when innovation, investment, and collaboration come together to bridge infrastructure gaps, deepen regional markets, and unlock sustainable economic opportunities across Africa. The commissioning of this vessel also underscores the enduring value of international cooperation. It reflects the strength of partnership between Africa and our friends around the world. Partnership that is grounded in mutual respect, shared prosperity, and a collective commitment to sustainable development. As we look to the future, let us continue to support initiatives that expand access to clean energy, promote inclusive economic growth, and strengthen the resilience of our economy. MT Asharami Ghana not only carries the flag of Ghana, but is also dedicated to supplying Ghana with liquefied petroleum gas. Together with the investment in the 6,000 metric ton storage facility, Sahara Group Limited is taking Ghana one more step towards energy security. May LPG vessel MT Asharami Ghana stand as a symbol of progress, one that inspires further investment, innovation, and collaboration across Africa's energy value chain. Together, we can build the infrastructure, partnerships, and policies necessary to secure a sustainable and prosperous energy future for our continent.
Back home, the Minister for the Interior, Mr. Muntaka Mohammed Mubarak, has defended the ministry's inability to recruit all applicants into the security services, particularly those who failed the aptitude test. He explained that although more than 105,000 candidates qualified for the next stage of the ongoing recruitment exercise, only 5,000 will ultimately be selected to join Ghana's security agencies. Addressing journalists in Parliament on Wednesday, March 11, the Interior Minister noted that the large pool of successful candidates emerged after completing the online aptitude test, which formed part of the recruitment process.
As we speak, we still have 105,000 that have qualified for medicals. When in actual sense, the total number that we can now take after medicals is 5,000. So we still have a huge challenge. But gives us the present instruction that, look, those who qualify and pass medicals, let's keep the data. This is the first phase. We are hoping that maybe later in the, because remember this current recruitment that we are doing is a 2025. Hopefully when we are out of the IMF, we will do the 2026. So we'll pick from that same data. Hopefully, if maybe it's past 6 months, then we can only ask them to repeat medicals, but not to start putting the process all over again. So, fellow citizens, I've heard so much criticism and why this, why that, and I told people, let's assume that I said that, look, that may be a very bad example. We are going to receive this recruitment to only media people. Let's say that only media people will be recruited. You and I know from the left and right of our country, the media people will have, they are more than 5,000. What criteria are you going to use to get 5,000 out of that more than 5,000?
Meanwhile, the Minority Caucus in Parliament has condemned the government's ongoing recruitment into the security services, describing the exercise as exploitative and unfair to thousands of applicants. Addressing a media conference, the ranking member on the Defense and Interior Committee, Mr. John Intim Fojo, questioned why more than 500,000 young people were encouraged to apply when only 5,000 recruits are expected to be absorbed. He called for a bipartisan parliamentary inquiry into the process and demanded that application fees be refunded to disqualified candidates.
Without a doubt, the structure of this recruitment exercise is akin to a Ponzi scheme, criminally crafted to defraud over 500,000, 500,000 unemployed innocent Ghanaian youth. This revelation has left hundreds of thousands of hopeful applicants devastated, disillusioned, and feeling exploited. The fundamental question that must be asked is this: if the government intended to recruit only 5,000 personnel, as the Minister for Interior disclosed yesterday, why should the government go ahead to overpromise and lure over 506,000 unsuspecting young people to go through this costly and emotionally exhausting process? It is most unconscionable. Even more misleading and exploitative is the decision by this government, politically motivated decision, to increase recruitment age limits from 25 to 35 years. So as they were expanding the age limit from 25 in the previous state of school to 35, the signal to the whole Ghana is that now there's more space. So even additional 10-year older people can apply. Responding to the plight of the 500,000 potential recruits who have been scammed, we demand the government must refund the application fees of 220 cedis per application form to all applicants who were disqualified.
Labor Relations expert Mr. Austin Gami has defended the Interior Ministry's decision to recruit only 5,000 applicants out of the 105,000 candidates who advanced to the next stage of the ongoing security services recruitment exercise. Despite the large number of successful candidates from the online aptitude test, he explained that the move aligns with international human resource practices in employment. Speaking to GBC News, Mr. Gami further noted that application fees cannot be refunded if they were clearly advertised as non-refundable. However, he emphasized that unsuccessful candidates could be considered in future recruitment exercises, a measure he believes will help put the matter to rest.
Every employer, including government as employer, has a limit beyond which they cannot go. If you employ all the people who applied for the job then you must look for the money to pay them, and so forth and so on. It's not just pay. You have to pay them, pay their social security, take care of their health needs, and provide them work to do. Well, if you employ people, you must provide them work to do, and the tools and everything to enable them to work. So there is normally a number beyond which no employer across the world can ever go beyond that. And Ghana is no exception. So the government have to open up, obviously, for everybody to have the opportunity to apply, because you cannot on your own be making selective kind of thing in getting people to be, then you'll be accused. But when people applied and they use a system where automatically, if you don't qualify at this point, you drop, and you go on like that until the right number of people who are needed to be in the service will be attained, and that will be the one that they can afford to employ. So I think they are justified, and anybody who is saying anything contrary may not be aware of the HR functions of this type of things.
The government has directed the Postal and Courier Services Regulatory Commission to launch a nationwide crackdown on unlicensed and unregulated courier operators beginning April 1, 2026. The directive follows the introduction of the Integrated Courier and Logistics Management System Ghana, a digital platform designed to regulate the courier and logistics sector while supporting the growth of the country's e-commerce ecosystem. The Inspector General of Police, Mr. Christian Tete Yuhunu, has deployed a special team to Gwinyiri in the Sola Tuna Kalba district of the Savannah region following reprisal attacks that raised security concerns in the community. Comprising intelligence officers and investigators, the team will support the Ghana Police Service Regional Command in strengthening operations and ensuring that responsible and identified are brought to justice. According to the Savannah Regional Police Command, the deployment is part of effort to stabilize the situation and prevent further violence. The police report that calm has since been restored, with security personnel maintaining a strong presence to protect lives and properties. The command assured residents that investigations are ongoing and pledged to track down the arrest the perpetrators. Authorities are also urging the public to remain calm and cooperate with security agencies by providing credible information to aid the investigations. The second prosecution witness in the trial of former National Signals Bureau Director Kwabena Eduboahene and his spouse has told the High Court in Accra that Eduboahene pre-financed special operations for the national security. Testifying under cross-examination, Ruby Eduamoa revealed that the 49.1 million cedis used to purchase cybersecurity software was sanctioned by the late National Security Coordinator Joshua Treme Eduboahene, and his wife, Angela Eje Boateng, are facing multiple charges including stealing, money laundering, and causing financial loss to the state.
The head of finance at the National Signals Bureau, Ruby Eduamoa, during hearing on Wednesday, March 11, presented exhibits of 3 separate checks signed by both the late former National Security Coordinator Joshua Treme and Kwabena Eduboahene. The witness admitted in court that during his tenure, the former National Signals Bureau Director on several occasions pre-financed special operations of the national security. She told the court that there were occasions when national security staff had to perform operational activities even before the funds were released, adding that on occasions where there were difficulties acquiring funds to finance the emergencies, Kwabena Eduboahene stepped in. Ms. Eduamoa also told the court that different individuals, including Mildred Donko and prosecution's first witness Frank Anani Dakwe had delivered some of the funds to her for operational purposes. The case has been adjourned to March 17, 2026.
Of the Constitution Review Committee, Professor Kwesi Prempeh has urged students and the wider academic community to actively engage in the review of Ghana's 1992 Constitution, stressing its importance for strengthening the nation's democratic development. He made the appeal during a public lecture where he presented the findings of the 2025 Constitutional Review and outlined the proposed roadmap for reforms. The lecture was held at the postgraduate block of Wisconsin International University College, Ghana, in Accra.
Organized by the School of Communication Studies of the Wisconsin International University College, focused on key aspects of the committee's work. It was also to shed light on the findings, examine its implementation, and provide an opportunity for interaction. The Constitution Review Committee aims to present actionable recommendations, including proposals to elect metropolitan, municipal, and district chief executives (MMDCEs) and to integrate traditional authorities into local governance. The committee emphasized an inclusive, citizen-driven process aimed at strengthening local democracy. Professor H. Kwesi Prempeh is the chairman of the Constitution Review Committee.
As trade unions, as faith-based organizations, to organize also and express our demand. So otherwise, if you expect the person who is going to lose power to be the one just going to do this by themselves, it's not going to work, right? So the students and others whose future this is about, I think have an obligation to take this process seriously and to really organize when the report is fully released to the public. Find the ones that not everything will go through, fine, that's okay. But if you see that something is positive, will improve governance in the country and help all of us, I think you should organize in your own small places, media and others, to put pressure on the political class to make the change that we all need to make Ghana a better place for all of us.
The question and answer session was an opportunity for participants to better understand the Constitution and recommendations made by the review committee.
Back to our earlier story, the government has directed the Postal and Courier Services Regulatory Commission to launch a nationwide crackdown on unlicensed and unregulated courier operators beginning April 1, 2026.
Enforcement against unlicensed courier operators had previously been suspended in August 2025 to allow stakeholders time to prepare for the digital regulatory system. With the introduction of the Integrated Courier and Logistics Management System Ghana, ICLOMS Ghana, operators can no longer delay compliance with the law. The government has instructed the Postal and Courier Services Regulatory Commission to begin strict enforcement against unlicensed courier operators nationwide from April 1 as part of efforts to sanitize the sector. The Minister for Communications, Digital Technology and Innovations, Samuel Nate George, explained that players now have a 19-day grace period to register and onboard onto the ICLOMS Ghana platform before nationwide enforcement begins.
There will be no excuses to give this time. We've given ourselves a long time. And let's be quick to add. I went as far as giving almost a 50% rebate on the registration fee. I urge you, please comply. With ICOMS GH, nobody will look at a single biker or a courier rider again as a criminal. You are now a recognized professional who will get your due from law enforcement and society.
The Executive Secretary of Postal and Courier Services Regulatory Commission, Cosmas Apengu, said the platform is designed to revolutionize the postal and courier industry by streamlining licensing, enhancing regulatory oversight, and providing a more efficient interface to operators and consumers. Under ICLOMS Ghana, companies currently operating in the sector are also required to integrate their internal systems with the newly launched digital platform within the same period.
Welcome to our Heritage Month series. In the heart of the Upper West region, a hidden gem of a dish has been delighting locals for generations. Meet Jangeya, a mouth-watering blend of kose and colorful vegetables that are as nutritious as it is affordable. Join Swala Abdul Wahab on a culinary journey as he uncovers the art of preparing this beloved delicacy and discovers why it remains a firm favorite among the community.
The Upper West region prides itself with over 40 local dishes made from indigenous ingredients and traditional spices. One staple is janjaga, a daily favorite, combining kose, a bean-based cake, with leaves like moringa, blackberry, and beans leaves or cabbage. Madame Victoria Daudi, a seasoned vendor of 12 years, shares her secrets on preparing this beloved dish.
I will go to the market and buy the beans and soak it. After soaking it, I will remove the beans from the water and dry it. After drying it, I will send it to the grind mill and for crushing. After crushing, I will widen it. After widening it, I will grind the beans to the powder.
Enthusiasts of janjaga share with GBC News what makes this local delicacy a firm favorite.
This local food, the taste is very sweet. Yes, it contains a lot of protein, and then the leaves that they normally add to it contains a lot of vitamins.
Come here to buy them and eat so that I can get more energy and go and work.
Center for the Indigenous Knowledge and Organizational Development, SICO's Deputy Executive Director, Mr. Daniel Banuku, shares why Ghanaians should prioritize local foods over processed ones, highlighting the organization's decade-long advocacy for indigenous cuisine.
Our local food and local recipes are inherently connected to our being as humans, based on the location, the geographical areas that we come from, because they form a piece of our story of origin, where we come from, why we do certain things. If you look at it from a traditional point of view, our recipes and foods are an intrinsic part of our culture, heritage, and ceremony and sacrifices.
Mr. Banuku advocates for increased consumption of local foods, citing potential benefits of a healthier population and reduced risk of non-communicable diseases that claim many lives in Ghana.
We have a responsibility to raise the next generation of leaders and family heads in our community by providing them good, healthy foods. Health-based foods are foods that are contributing to our environmental sustainability. They are food that are contributing to a healthy society, and they are foods that are actually contributing to a wealthy society.
As we celebrate Heritage Month, the spotlight shines on Ghana's rich culinary heritage. Local finger-licking meals like janjaga reminds us of the importance of preserving traditional cuisine and promoting healthier eating habits. By enjoying our indigenous foods, we not only honor our heritage, but also contribute to a healthier, more vibrant Ghana. Swala Abdul Wahab, GBC News. Wow.
Prudential Bank Limited has organized a girls' empowerment program for the female students of Labone Senior High School. The initiative is the bank's commitment to promoting gender equality, diversity, and inclusion while empowering young women through education, mentorship, and financial literacy.
Prudential Bank's Girls Empowerment Program specifically targets SHS3 female students, recognizing their transition into higher education and professional life as a critical period for guidance and mentorship. The head of human resources at Prudential Bank, Madame Liliana Asante, explained that the series focuses on leadership development, entrepreneurship, mentorship, career guidance, financial literacy, and promoting gender equality.
We want to be a part of their decision making as they think about the future. We want them to know that they should think about financial independence. We want them to know that they are an important fabric of society. We want them to know that they can do anything they set their mind to do and that the sky is the limit. And we want to be part of that story, even as they shape their thinking and their stories into the future.
The headmistress of Laboni Senior High School, Madame Rejoice Akolo, praised the initiative. Students who participated lauded the initiative, thanking Prudential Bank and its partners for equipping them with knowledge and skills to help shape their future ambitions.
This particular initiative is very good. It's trying to enlighten us, broaden our minds as to how to live our daily lives, and then also awaken us from our low spirits, especially women like this. The slightest thing, we become discouraged, and then this is a source of encouragement which is motivating us to wake up from our discomforts.
This initiative by Prudential Bank is going to empower young girls to build their confidence and that their failures does not define them. Now whenever they do something and it doesn't work out, they should keep on pushing, work harder until it works out for them.
Women are part of everything. Without women, the world cannot go forward. Yes, without women, the world cannot go forward. So I think it is not women have not been celebrated enough, because just a day set aside to celebrate women is not enough.
International Women's Day recognizes the achievements of women while raising awareness about gender equality and the need to create more opportunities for women and girls.
The New Patriotic Party is turning technology to modernize its internal processes. The party has digitized the registration of new members and participation in internal elections to improve efficiency and transparency, with an avenue for feedback and payment of dues online. However, the party insists that polling station meeting will still be conducted in person to preserve grassroots participation and party structures. In February, the party announced a mandatory nationwide membership registration form from March 1 to March 31, 2026. The party says only members whose names appear in the validated register and who have paid their dues for at least 1 year will be eligible to vote or contest in subsequent internal elections.
The National Secretariat has come out with an online registration portal. The essence of this online registration portal is to have a flexible, very conducive and easy access for members who want to register and get their party cards and at the same time pay their dues. The platform is in different categories: those who are registered voters, those who are not registered voters, and also those who live outside the shores of this country. Again, for those who have interest to vote in our internal elections or contest for position in our internal elections, then such a person has to physically go to his or her polling station to register or to have his name entered into the register of the polling station. The National Secretariat, to avoid the issue of absurdity and people complaining of lack of knowledge and notice, they are directed that every Saturday and Sunday, every constituency or polling stations are supposed to hold what we refer to as polling station meetings. And for any person who intends to contest or to vote in our internal elections, don't forget this code: *920*270# or the NPP mobile app. That is the platform in which you'll be able to pay your dues.
Regional leaders and development partners have met in Accra to assess progress in strengthening peace, security and governance systems across West Africa amid ongoing political transitions and security threats. The meeting is part of efforts under the EU-ECOWAS Peace, Security and Governance Program aimed at improving regional cooperation and conflict prevention.
West Africa's peace and security landscape continues to evolve as several countries experience political transitions, insurgencies and growing violent extremism. Since 2021, a number of states have witnessed military-led changes in leadership, developments that have influenced constitutional processes, governance structures and regional cooperation across the sub-region. The second steering committee meeting of the EU support to ECOWAS in Peace, Security and Governance Program brought together regional stakeholders to review progress and outline strategic priorities.
Given the very changing landscape of global peace and security and also impacting on our own region, we have to work together to strengthen peace, security and good governance in our region.
Germany, one of the program's key partners, says its collaboration with the regional bloc is helping to strengthen systems that promote stability, democratic governance, and effective security responses.
For more than 20 years, Germany has collaborated with the Ghana Armed Forces and other security institutions to play an important role within ECOWAS in West Africa and within the African Union.
Launched in 2024, the initiative supports the economic community of West African states in addressing emerging governance and security challenges. The program focuses on improving early conflict detection mechanisms, advancing security sector reforms, and promoting inclusive peace processes to help sustain long-term stability in West Africa. For GBC News, Yaira Lawe reporting.
The Minister for Works, Housing and Water Resources, Mr. Gilbert Kenneth Ejay, has inspected the Ghana Water Limited facility at Weja, responding to concerns over land encroachment at the site.
The Weja Treatment Plant, a lifeline for Dansoman, Gbawe, Malam, Kaneshi, Achimota, and beyond, faces an invisible threat. Encroaching development now jeopardizes its future. The sector minister, Gilbert Kenneth Ejay, witnessed firsthand the strain on this vital facility, plagued by aging pipes, maintenance woes, and urban growth. His mission is to protect the plant's lands and secure Accra's water future.
We've directed and the production unit continue to engage the district assembly. We can't direct them. They attend the monthly meetings and the annual meetings to put in the agency to ensure that these structures do not come up. We've written to them to reiterate our need for them to come and continue the support and even expand that support.
The minister voiced alarm at the encroachment, pledging swift action. He says Ghana must protect her water future, promising stakeholder talks to reclaim and protect the Weja facilities' lands.
As a ministry, we are going to take it up. I'm going to engage my colleague, the local government minister, who takes care of the local authorities. We are going to sit down and talk seriously about it. And then I'm also going to have a discussion with the National Security Minister and the coordinator to see how best we can ensure that we don't get further encroachment. And those that have encroached already to see the kind of punitive measures we can put in place so that it will deter others from getting close.
Mr. Gilbert Kenneth Ejay warned that if unprotected, the Weja Dam spells disaster, dirty water, costly treatment and ecological decline. His visit underscores government's pledge to shield vital infrastructure, securing clean water for generations.
Hisense a mo amunim se eye home appliances a efe eye papa entry power ne buo no so dafo. Hisense a ubeto abrochim sa quality na ubeto ne Ghana enunti na yenya hotoso ya mawo 5 years manufacture defect warranty. Air condition, television, say refrigerator, washing machine, sound system, gas cooker, electric cooker, smartphone, and iron. The one dear, yes, in a power bia. Ain't power Hisense showroom bia. Quite dear. Hisense, everyday prices for everyday people.
MedShay, natural mosquito repellent, highly recommended by Ministry of Health, CHAS and GES, lab tested by Noguchi Medical, field trialed by Atomic Energy Commission. It has no chemical or side effects and is good for all ages and skin type. MedShay is available nationwide. Contact us on 0244892413. This advert is approved by FDA.
Welcome back. In business, the Ghana Statistical Service has signed Memorandum of Understanding with 25 ministries, departments and agencies to strengthen data sharing and improve the use of administrative data to support national development planning.
In an era where data drives policy, planning and economic transformation, Ghana has taken steps to strengthen how information is collected, shared and used across government institutions. The Ghana Statistical Service has therefore entered into a Memorandum of Understanding with 25 ministries.
Oil prices on the global market climbed sharply after reports emerged that Iran had carried out coordinated strikes on economic infrastructure across parts of the Middle East.
In an era of institutions, the Ghana Statistical Service has therefore entered into a Memorandum of Understanding with 25 ministries, departments and agencies to improve collaboration in the production and management of official statistics. The government statistician Al-Hassan Idrisu says the partnership is part of efforts to build a stronger statistical system that supports Ghana's democratic and developmental agenda. He emphasized that accurate data from MDAs is critical to ensuring that national statistics reflect the true realities of the country and support effective policy making.
Following today's signing, implementation begins immediately. In the coming weeks, the Ghana Statistical Service will work together with partner institutions to finalize data sharing policies, strengthen statistical units within MDAs, and operationalize the technical standards that will support data interoperability across government systems.
The Deputy Minister for Finance, Thomas Nyako Ampem, described data as a strategic national asset, stressing that reliable information plays a key role in shaping economic policies and national development strategies.
For the Ministry of Finance, the value of strong data systems cannot be overstated. Every budget we prepare, every fiscal policy we design, and every development program we implement depends on accurate and timely statistics. When our data systems are strong, policy decisions become sharper.
The Chief of Staff at the Office of the President, Mr. Julius Debra, also noted that government's data systems often operate in isolation, resulting in multiple data sets on the same issues and sometimes delay real-time decision-making. He stressed that sound decisions must be rooted in sound data and called for stronger integration of administrative data systems across government institutions.
When our data systems are coordinated and our statistics are credible, government can plan better, allocate resources more effectively, and deliver results that the citizens will love, appreciate, and trust.
The Memorandum of Understanding was signed with key public institutions, including the Office of the President of Ghana at the Jubilee House, the Ministry of Interior, Ministry of Communications, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, and the Ministry of Works, Housing and Water Resources. Other participating institutions included the Ghana Police Service, the Ghana Health Service, Environmental Protection Authority, National Communication Authority, and the National Information Technology Agency, among several other ministries, departments, and agencies.
Global oil prices have surged past $100 per barrel following a series of strikes by Iran on economic targets across the Middle East. The attacks, which reportedly targeted key oil facilities and shipping routes in the Gulf region, have raised concerns about disruptions to global oil supply and the stability of international markets. Analysts say the escalation could have far-reaching economic effects, especially for countries that depend heavily on imported fuel.
Oil prices on the global market climbed sharply after reports emerged that Iran had carried out coordinated strikes on economic infrastructure across parts of the Middle East. The attacks are believed to have targeted oil terminals, shipping routes, and other critical energy facilities in the Gulf region. The Middle East remains one of the world's most important oil-producing regions, and any disruption to its supply chain often causes immediate reactions in the global energy markets. As tensions escalated, traders responded with concern, pushing the price of crude oil above the $100 mark. Experts warn that the rising prices could lead to higher fuel costs worldwide, affecting transportation, production, and the price of goods and services. May feel the impact more strongly as governments and consumers face increased costs at the pump. International observers are closely monitoring the situation, while global energy agencies are considering measures to stabilize the market and ensure steady supply. For now, markets remain on edge as the geopolitical tensions continue to unfold across the Middle East.
Now to interbank and commodities.
Good business means seeing the possibilities and maximizing opportunities. Making sure you have a responsive support system. Backs your business goals. A partner that gives you a stable platform with reliable connectivity and seamless solutions, and better understands the tools required to take you to the next level. With so many moving parts in running a business, we do our best to provide you with some stability. The only kind of stability you can find with MTN Business Broadband, the fastest and most reliable internet provider in Ghana, making sure you stay ahead and stay connected, because we understand what makes your business tick.
Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh or call or WhatsApp 0244 308 111.
MTN. MedShay, natural mosquito repellent, highly recommended by Ministry of Health, CHAS and GES, lab tested by Noguchi Medical, field trialed by Atomic Energy Commission. It has no chemical or side effects and is good for all ages and skin type. MedShay is available nationwide. Contact us on 0244892413. This advert is approved by FDA.
The Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Mr. Emmanuel Amakofi-Boa, says Ghana is committed to developing a highly skilled nuclear workforce as part of efforts to position the country as a West African regional hub for nuclear technology.
The global community stands at the beginning of what many describe as a new nuclear renaissance. If we are to achieve these objectives in the Paris Climate Agreement, while ensuring universal access to modern energy, nuclear energy must play a significant role. However, this transition must be inclusive. Developing countries must be supported to participate fully in the global nuclear ecosystem, not merely as consumers of technology, but as partners in innovation, research, and industrial development. Ghana therefore calls for strengthening international cooperation to support nuclear newcomers through technology transfer, capacity building, and regulatory assistance, and sustainable financing. In doing so, we not only advance the global clean energy transition, but also unlock new opportunities for economic development, job creation, and technological advancement.
Member countries of the International Energy Agency, IEA, have unanimously agreed to release 400 million barrels of oil into the global market.
Chief Director of IEA, Fathi Birol, said the 400 million barrels of oil will be made available to the market to offset the supply loss through the effective closure of the Strait of Hormuz. This, he said, is a major action aiming to alleviate the immediate impact of the disruption in the markets. He, however, said the most important thing for a return to stable flows of oil and natural gas is the resumption of the transit through the Strait of Hormuz. The record amount far surpasses the 182 million barrels of oil that countries put onto the market in two tranches in 2022 when Russia launched its full-scale invasion of Ukraine. The United States, an IEA member, then sold a further 180 million barrels from its strategic petroleum reserve over a 6-month period that year. Despite the eye-catching size of the latest agreed release, the move may do little to offset an even bigger oil supply shock from a near shutdown of the Strait of Hormuz, ordinarily the conduit for around a fifth of daily global oil production, but currently impassable to tankers due to safety concerns. According to Mr. Biro, the near blockade means that some 15 million barrels of crude oil and 5 million barrels of other oil products are choked off from global markets every day. In other words, 400 million barrels of crude would be absorbed in just 26 days.
The Ghana Health Service and Korea International Cooperation Agency, KOICA, have launched the Improving Reproductive, Maternal and Newborn Child Adolescent Health and Nutrition Service Delivery in Ghana. The initiative is to strengthen the network of practice and foster continuous learning approaches in the health care service delivery. This is to help reduce maternal mortality, which currently stands at 122 per 100,000 live births.
Has made some progress in healthcare, maternal mortality is still a challenge. With a call for no woman to die while giving life and no child to die out of preventable diseases, stakeholders at the KOICA Ghana Health Service RAMCA-N launch discussed Ghana's current maternal mortality trends, its challenges and strategies in reaching the 2023 goal of 72 deaths per 100,000 live births.
From our routine Ghana Health Service data, we also know that scale delivery coverage exceeds 85% nationally. Yet, maternal mortality remains a concern due to delay in accessing quality care and complications such as hemorrhage, hypertensive disorders, and sepsis. The GDHS 2020 reports that approximately 46% of women are anemic. These statistics remind us that work is far from over.
According to the 2022 Ghana Demographic Health Survey, maternal mortality rate estimates 310 deaths per 100,000 live births. Neonatal mortality rate stands at 17 deaths per 1,000 births. under 5 mortality stands at 52 deaths per 1,000 live births. Data from the Ghana Health Service District Health Information Management System 2 also shows that although facilitated deliveries have improved, maternal mortality continues to be a major challenge, a major concern, with a little over 800 rates annually. Postpartum hemorrhage, hypertensive disorders in pregnancies, unsafe abortion complications, and anemia in pregnancy are still contributing factors to maternal mortality in women.
Despite all the efforts we are putting in, postpartum hemorrhage, that is obstetric hemorrhage, is one.
Senegal's parliament has passed a controversial law sharply increasing penalties for same-sex relations. Lawmakers voted to double the maximum prison sentence and criminalize advocacy linked to LGBTQ rights.
The new measure raises the maximum prison sentence for same-sex relations from 5 to 10 years. It also introduces jail term of up to 7 years for everyone found promoting or supporting same-sex relationships. The bill was presented to Parliament by Prime Minister Ousmane Sonko and passed with overwhelming support from lawmakers. In recent weeks, police have arrested dozens of men under existing anti-LGBTQ laws, with reports that some detentions were based on accusations of phone searches. Under the legislation, harsher penalties will apply if the act involves a minor, and fines could reach up to 10 million CFA francs. Supporters say the law reflects the country's social and religious values, while critics warn it could intensify repression and discrimination against Senegal's LGBTQ community.
The Minister for Sports and Recreation, Mr. Kofi Adams, has reaffirmed government's commitment to strengthening collaboration with Uganda Olympic Committee following a working visit to the committee's headquarters in Accra.
Welcomed at the Olympic House by the President of the Ghana Olympic Committee, Mr. Richard Akpokavi, and members of the board. The meeting brought together leaders in Ghana's sports administration with a shared goal of improving opportunities for young sports talent across the country. As part of the engagement, the Ghana Olympic Committee made a contribution to the Ghana Sports Fund to support programs that nurture athletes and strengthen sports development. The Minister for Sports and Recreation, Mr. Kofi Adams, commended the Olympic body for its dedication to developing Olympic sports and pledged the ministry's readiness to work closely with the committee to expand programs. The minister also confirmed that the ministry will partner the Ghana Olympic Committee to complete the Olympic Africa project at Amasaman. The facility, once completed, is expected to serve as a hub for grassroots sports, giving young people a place to train, learn teamwork, and build dreams through sport. For many young athletes in surrounding communities, the project represents hope for a brighter future and a pathway to represent Ghana on the international stage. The visit forms part of the ongoing engagement between government and key sporting bodies aimed at strengthening sports infrastructure, developing athletes, and boosting Ghana's global sports presence.
In entertainment, the Ekrepim Traditional Council has officially launched activities to mark its 200th anniversary with a colorful ceremony that celebrated the rich culture and heritage of the Ekrepim people.
The colorful ceremony featured vibrant displays of Ekrepim culture with traditional drumming, dancing, and other cultural performances showcasing the rich heritage of the people. A musical performance also entertained guests, creating a lively and festive atmosphere.
Kafin nan a ci gaba da kallon GTV. Assalam.